Control and manipulation, the grip that strangles generations. Welcome back, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Generational Curses series. When love becomes leverage. Every family needs structure. Rules keep homes stable, and guidance protects the vulnerable. But when leadership warps into domination, and care mutates into control, families cross a dangerous threshold. What begins as order becomes oppression. What claims to protect ends up suffocating. The curse of control is insidious because it hides behind masks of love and responsibility. A parent micromanages a child for their own good. A spouse dictates decisions under the banner of unity. Elders manipulate family choices, framing obedience as honor. On the surface, these behaviors look like care. Beneath, they are strategies to secure power through fear, guilt, or obligation. When control embeds in a bloodline, it distorts autonomy across generations. Descendants lose the ability to trust their own judgment, swinging between two extremes, compliance or rebellion. One generation lives in submission, the next erupts in chaos, mistaking recklessness for freedom. Both patterns keep the curse alive. Why control and manipulation? Embed in bloodlines. Control often enters a family through the door of fear. A matriarch abandoned by her husband becomes obsessed with managing every detail, believing hypervigilance is safety. A patriarch raised in poverty enforces authoritarian rules to prevent failure. These motives may begin with love, but fear twists love into possession. Psychologically, control reflects unresolved insecurity. Those who lack internal stability seek external dominance. They script relationships where obedience equals worth, creating power imbalances that breed resentment and dependence. Over time, these dynamics harden into culture. We don't question authority in this family. We do what we're told. Spiritually, manipulation is framed as witchcraft in many traditions, a distortion of influence that enslaves rather than empowers. Control violates divine design for free will, making it not only relationally toxic, but spiritually treacherous. Generational evolution, from iron fists to invisible chains. The curse of control adapts with context. In earlier eras, it manifested through physical authority, strict patriarchs ruling with belts and ultimatums, matriarchs policing behavior with threats of shame. Later, as physical dominance faced social resistance, the curse shifted to emotional tactics, guilt trips, silent treatments, conditional love. In modern times, control hides in digital strategies. Parents track adult children's locations through apps for safety. Spouses monitor social media under the guise of transparency. Elders weaponize family group chats to enforce conformity. The grip remains, the gloves change. Different generations, same curse. Autonomy strangled under the banner of love. Impact across life dimensions. The curse of control corrodes freedom, intimacy, and identity. Its damage reaches every domain of life. Emotional consequences. Children raised under control often develop distorted self-concepts. Some internalize helplessness, fearing every independent decision. Others overcorrect into defiance, rejecting authority wholesale. Both responses perpetuate cycles of instability. Relational fallout manipulation poisons trust. Spouses trapped in control-based marriages oscillate between resentment and dependence. Adult children cut ties to escape suffocation, leaving families fractured. Grandchildren inherit the silence of unresolved wounds, mistaking estrangement for peace. Vocational and financial impact control extends into career paths. Parents dictate professions, framing domination as guidance. Descendants abandon passion to appease expectations, sacrificing fulfillment for approval. Financial control becomes another leash access to resources tied to obedience, keeping adults infantilized well into their 30s and 40s. Spiritual consequences. When authority figures weaponize faith to enforce submission, spiritual disillusionment follows. Children raised under this model often abandon belief systems entirely, confusing divine principles with human tyranny. This departure fuels another curse. Faithlessness, a topic we will explore in the next video. A multi-generational case study. The Collins family illustrates this curse vividly. It began with Margaret, a woman abandoned by her husband in the 1940s. Determined to prevent chaos, she ruled her household with military precision. Every choice from clothing to friendships required her approval. Dissent invited punishment cloaked as tough love. Her daughter, Elaine, internalized this script, but adapted it for a modern stage. She controlled through emotional currency praise as reward, withdrawal as penalty. Her children learned that love was conditional, earned through compliance. By the third generation, the curse mutated into digital manipulation. Elaine's granddaughter, Hannah, monitored her partner's devices obsessively, convinced that trust needs proof. Her relationships crumbled under paranoia, mirroring patterns seeded decades earlier. 3 women, 3 tactics, 1 curse, the relentless grip of fear masquerading as love. Modern expressions of control and manipulation. Today, control thrives under the camouflage of concern. Technology offers new tools for domination tracking apps, password demands, constant check-ins. Social media amplifies pressure for conformity, with elders enforcing cultural norms through public shaming disguised as humor. Financial manipulation persists through conditional generosity, tuition paid only if career choices align with parental dreams. Emotional blackmail remains a staple. After all I've done for you, this is how you repay me? In romantic relationships, control manifests through gaslighting, distorting reality, until victims doubt their own sanity. What was once physical captivity has become psychological incarceration. Cultural and spiritual interpretations. Sacred texts warn against domination disguised as leadership, affirming that true authority empowers rather than enslaves. Biblical principles frame control as rebellion against divine order, equating manipulation with sorcery, a sobering reminder of its spiritual gravity. African wisdom traditions echo this caution. The hand that holds too tightly crushes what it loves. Indigenous frameworks view coercion as a breach of communal balance, while Eastern philosophies identify control as an attachment born of fear, perpetuating cycles of suffering. Modern psychology translates these insights into clinical terms: coercive control, narcissistic dynamics, and trauma bonding. Regardless of language, the conclusion converges. Control is not care, it is captivity. Control promises safety, but delivers suffocation. It convinces families that dominance equals love, that obedience ensures order, that free will is a threat rather than a gift. Under its rule, generations forget how to trust their own voices, living as actors in scripts someone else wrote. Overstanding control as a generational curse reframes the challenge. This is not merely about strict parenting or protective spouses, it is about dismantling systems that strangle freedom under the illusion of love. Why it persists: control rarely introduces itself as tyranny, it disguises itself as care. Parents call it protection, partners brand it responsibility. Behind these euphemisms lies a fear-driven reflex. If I manage everything, nothing can hurt us again. This curse often germinates in trauma. One generation suffers chaos or betrayal, and the next vows, never again. That vow hardens into obsession. Over time, love morphs into surveillance, and guidance collapses into governance. Creativity suffocates. Trust corrodes. Psychologically, domination feeds insecurity. Those who fear irrelevance clutch for power. Spiritually, it distorts leadership into dictatorship, twisting authority from service into control. In homes where this curse reigns, compliance becomes currency, and individuality feels like treason. Breaking it means confronting the illusion that safety equals domination, and rebuilding authority as stewardship, not subjugation. Breaking strategy. 5. Freedom levers. Step 1. Recognition spot. The disguise audit family behaviors. Are decisions demanded without dialogue? Are silent treatments or ultimatums used as levers? Decode the language. As long as you live under my roof. You can't be trusted with that choice. These aren't guidance, they're control mechanisms. Step 2. Commitment divorce. Love from domination. Declare this aloud. I choose leadership rooted in trust, not fear. Freedom becomes the family law. Symbolize your stance. Remove posted rules that infantilize adults and replace them with visible shared agreements. Step 3. Reset relational dynamics. Pause before policing. Ask, is this about their safety or my insecurity? Delegate decisions. Start small and trust minor choices to others. Increase tolerance for autonomy over time. Language shift. Swap commands for collaboration. Instead of, do this now, say, here's the goal, how do you want to approach it? Step 4. Heal the fear beneath the grip therapy. Explore root wounds: chaos, abandonment that built the obsession with control. Family mediation. Professional facilitators can dismantle toxic power hierarchies safely. Spiritual release. Practice rituals of surrender. Write fears tied to control, burn them, and declare freedom as the new order. Step 5. Engineer autonomy as culture. Hold monthly family meetings where decisions are discussed, not dictated. Celebrate milestones of independence instead of punishing them with guilt. Document leadership principles as family values. Authority serves, it never enslaves. Tools for reinforcement. Behavioral, trigger journals for moments when the urge to control spikes. Pre-written reflection prompts like, what would trust look like here? Mental and spiritual. Affirmations such as, freedom sustains families, fear fractures them. Grounding practices during control impulses. Environmental. Design shared decision spaces. Visible charts or boards for collaborative planning. Display affirmations in high-tension zones. When control dies, connection breathes. Families once chained by fear rediscover harmony under the canopy of trust, where leadership liberates instead of dominates. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start. The black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child. and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation in leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now, because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.